So in this short video, I'll be doing my review of Nahida, the Dendro Archon released for Sumeru. So I hope that most of you got her because she's the biggest selling unit in the whole game right now. She has beaten Raiden Shogun. She's not only cute, but she's very useful and powerful. So hopefully all of you guys got her because her banner is about to end in 3 days. So make sure that you guys get her. And I know some of the bigger players out there, the bigger streamers and the popular ones, they've already gotten multiple copies of her and made her even more stronger. Now, this review is for C0, and I'm happy with her at C0. She is amazing already. So let's get started. All right. So I'm just gonna quickly show my stats on the screen. You'll notice that my crit rate and crit damage is not the highest because I did not build her for crit. So she's not my main DPS on field. But I don't mind using her that way. My energy is not super high for her either. Okay. You'll notice that the bonuses and all that is because my team is currently a mixed team, so that's why. Okay, weapon-wise, because I did not build her for crit, I did not go for the catalyst weapons that are going to give her crit. But if I did, I would give her the Lost Prayers. I did experiment on that, and it looks cute on her too, but I didn't bother. Otherwise, another option would be the Jotoko Tails or the Solar Pearl, okay? Of course, she would do really well with the widsith as well as the Kagura's Verity, which is upcoming. If you have one from before, then that's great. And she would probably do well with Scaramouche's weapon in the future as well. But we're not here to talk about those options. But we're going to talk about her EM build, which is what I did. I gave her the Sacrificial Fragment. I stole it off of Sucrose because I'm not using Sucrose currently. And Sucrose is just currently using the Malpamere. Both options are great for her. And also the new limited series weapon, the Wandering Even Star, which was on the last Nilu banner section. That would be an awesome weapon option for her too. I did experiment with this and Sacrificial, and in the end I chose to give her the Sacrificial because I actually like using her skill twice. So that's for me. Other options are Favonius Codex, which is a great option. And for those of you who like to swap her in and out, then you can consider the Thrilling Tales, but the HP percentage is lost on her. Now, the widsith isn't all going to be perfect for her, but it's an option. And this is more for our on-field DPS. Some people even did a very niche option of giving her Prototype Amber to give her some healing, but I'm not going to do that. And of course, for those of you who care about her energy, which she doesn't need it, but her passive for this Oathsworn Eye, if you have nothing else, then this is also a great option as well. Okay, and then Frostbearer is another niche option, but not many people built this, so yeah. And then lastly, the Black Cliff is always a good placeholder for the stat stick purpose, but it's not, again, it's only for DPS options. It turns out that most players are just using her to swap in and out, and also for the EM buffing and all that. Okay, so her best artifact set is the 4-piece Deepwood Memories. I did go back and have to refarm it. I don't have the best stats, I don't have the best pieces, but I was lucky and fortunate that I was able to get her 3 EM main stat pieces, 2 for the Deepwood set and 1 from the Gilded set. If you don't have a 4-piece 4-piece Deepwood set, you can give her a 2-piece Deepwood and a 2-piece Wanderers, and I did do that originally as well because at least gives her the Elemental Mastery. Lastly, you can also give her a 2-piece Gilded and 2-piece Wanderers as well, or any of those options would be okay as well, as long as your substats make sense and you want to make sure that her elemental mastery is as high as possible. Even mine isn't the highest. I've not passed 1,000. As you can see, it's only at 950 basically. If you can get her higher, then that'd be preferred because that's when her bonuses come into play. Lastly, Constellations, I have her at C0 and she's totally fine. But if you were to get her at C1, or if you were lucky, then this would help add more basically counts to the Pyro, Electro, and Hydro for C1. C2 will allow her to get basically a buff for her different reactions and get more crit hits and crit damage. C3 is +3 levels for her skill. C4 is going to just add more damage, basically. More, elemental mastery. So elemental mastery indirectly buffs the damage. So for the reactions, C5 will give her +3 levels for her burst, and C6 is going to be her OP one. Basically, it's just going to give her, just to sum it up, she's going to be really strong here. Okay, so I don't think that it's necessary. Lastly, we're going to talk about the talents. You'll notice that I'm stuck at level 6 because I have not progressed the Archon quest yet to fight the Scaramouche weekly boss to get the mats past level 6. So that's that. But I would recommend building all of them. If you have to prioritize, then her skill skill and her normal attack are actually better for damage, and then the illusory heart, her burst is more for buffing the team. So I would recommend focusing on these two first. But yeah, I got her to 6, and I'm okay with that. She's pretty good overall. Of course, the higher the better, right? So her skill, she can do the hold where she can take a picture and or like look at all the characters, all the enemies, and then up to 8, and she can mark them, and then they get connected with a dendro, like a vine kind of thing, and then you can do reactions on them, and it does extra attacks. Of course, we're about to fight a boss here, so there won't be any of that. So I just do a quick like press of the button twice instead with sacrificial fragments. With her burst, it just creates a dome, of course, as you guys may know already, and then it buffs different buffs for Pyro, Electro, and Hydro characters. I'm not bringing a Pyro character into this team, so it's only going to affect my Electro and my Hydro, as you can see on the screen. I'm not going to read it out. Next, this one will allow her to just basically pass some of her Elemental Mastery onto the other characters, which is amazing. You can give maximum 250, so if you have 1,000, you can give 250. This one will give extra crit rate when she does the Tri-Karma, which is when you do the All Schemes to Know, which is her skill. When you afflict it to the opponents and you do any of those reactions, then she can do the extra crit and damage and all that here. And the last one is just if you use her camera outside in the open field, you can collect some of the items or read people's minds to varying effects. Okay, so let's just get started. In my team, I have Zhongli for shielding. I'm not going to use him specifically. I have Raiden just for her E, and I'm going to have Sangonomiya Kokomi for her E as well. And I'll be trying different things, but basically, long story short, it's really just to focus on Nahida here. It's not to focus on anything else. So you can see the damage. I'm just doing a few hits here, just for example. This is just with Electro. Then we're going to throw in Hydro into the mix. So Hydro, we can use Kokomi as a driver. If you have Nilu, you'll have way better Bloom and Hyper Bloom damage. And then here we go again. I'm just going to reset my shield. And then we're just going to do this again. Like, it's not bad, right? So we're going to continue doing that. And then we're going to just reset this. Again, I'm just delaying this. This battle would have been faster, but I'm just delaying it just so I can do different things, you know? So it has Dendro resistance, as you can see, because it procced it. I'm just going to reset my shield. But yeah, like, this enemy is pretty much dead, right? But it's pretty straightforward, as you can see, and she has amazing, usage. Now, I didn't use the burst much because really it's just to buff my characters. So I used that at the end and it was already dead. But I can just tell you that the burst is really just to buff the characters inside the dome. So you'll see that their stats will be higher. Of course, I didn't show what it was before. I wish that it would change color and just show you that the buff went up and everything like that. But my Raiden doesn't have much Elemental Mastery, and my Zhongli originally didn't have any at all either. Let me just see if this changes it. Yeah, so there you go. You can see now he has 237, whereas before he didn't, right? And then the on-field character just gets more when they're on-field. Yeah, so then as you can see in that menu when I was switching it, they didn't have it at all before. Anyway, that's all that it really is. It's just gain some Elemental Mastery for them, and then their durations and all that. Of course, Zhongli doesn't benefit at all because he's a Geo character. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was meant to be quick and easy, and many other players and streamers already did their Nahida review, and I just want to quickly get this out there before her banner ends. She's an amazing character. I just want to summarize. She's a must-have character, just like any of the Archons and Fatui Harbingers. Hopefully you guys got her already and are willing to go for her if you haven't, because I think that she would definitely be someone that won't be power crept moving forward, because she represents the Dendro element. And she's amazing, and she's super cute and lovable, of course. I haven't played the Archon quest yet, but I know that there's some stuff that happens in there that makes her even more worthwhile to pull. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and let me know how you guys built her. Did you guys build her for DPS? Are you guys happy with her? Do you guys want to get her, or did you guys not get her? Let me know how your polls went, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much, and we'll see you there.